It's Week 10 of the NFL, and our focus is on this team's burner at wide receiver. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. We can hardly wait for the start of this one on Thursday night.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, it's that time of the year. A little bit more urgency. The calendar page turns to November. We kind of know who the good teams are. The midpoint of the NFL season, always a great time to take a step back and look ahead to what's down the road for us.
Yeah, no doubt. And I always felt, even as a player, that you never really knew how good you were as a team or how good everyone else around the league was until you kind of got to this point in the year. November, December football. That's really where teams...
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
We had a chance to sit down with him this week, Mike. It almost came across to both of us that he wasn't entirely over last week's close loss. And he made the point. He said, listen, playing quarterback in the NFL, you're going to be judged by how well do you play and what is your record in one-score games. Last week, they found themselves on the wrong end of it. If they get themselves into a back-and-forth matchup today, they've got to make enough plays down the stretch to come away with the win.
They bring their tight end right. He'll look to throw. His throw left side is complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and
they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
And this is the predicament that a lot of defenders find themselves in, Mike, when the quarterback decides to scramble. They've got two options. Stay in coverage and don't give up the big play over your head. But then it opens up a lot of rush lanes for the quarterback and his legs. But now, in this case, he decides to gamble a little bit. He rolls the dice that he can get to the quarterback and abandon his coverage responsibilities. It pays off, and he's able to come away with the sack.
A return now from the 4. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
Last week, when you go back and watch and study this tape, Mike, the problem is at the quarterback position, you need to be a difference maker. Last week, they were trying to overcome his poor performance, and you're just not going to be able to do that week in and week out at this level. Your quarterback has to be a driving force. He has to be a productive player within your system, and when you turn the ball over the way he did last week and not really lead to any points or any real sustained success on offense, that is a hard combination if you expect to win. So they're going to need more production, they're going to need more touchdowns, and they're going to need less turnovers. It's asking a lot. It's a big change from last week, but without it, you don't know if they can expect the results to ever change.
It's a gain of 19 in the air, and that will be a first down. Here's a run going left. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, so it'll bring up 4th down. And now the punting unit will come on. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get going with their second possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead. See if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Back to throw. That's going to be intercepted.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection. How can we get extra bodies and extra attention? Because we still got a long way to go in this one.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. It is a pickup of 18, and by a yard, they get the 3rd down conversion.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need.
That one, take it in, middle of the end zone.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. Give him 14 on that one. That's enough for a first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Now, faking the give. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now a handoff, running right. And he's going to lose yardage on this play. They knock him back to the midfield stripe.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
And that is incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. But instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line. So the two sides going to make that long walk to the other end of the field. 7-3 is our score. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Throwing now on 3rd and long. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. Here's a toss, right side. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. 3rd down and 9. He'll check this down to the running back. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Here's the punter now. He's on for the second time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Quick throw, taken in. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Here's 3rd and 7. Off-balance throw. It's complete. His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains. Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
A pickup there of 13, and that will be a 1st down. Throwing now from the gun. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Quick throw here is complete. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
Here's a run. He'll take this forward maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Now it is 1st and goal. Following the penalty, they'll run it. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And he'll be taken down, but now a long way to go on 3rd and goal. Thrown left side, the catch is made. Great job by this defense. Nowhere near the end zone as we get to 4th and goal. So on 4th down, they'll call out the field goal unit. This a 31-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the visitors are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Here's 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. Here's their punter now, as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. So now this team's offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is 1. As they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll try to set up the screen here. Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them 1st and goal. Back to the air one more time. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way to the end zone. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Now, for the point after. It's up and good. And the visitors are in the lead by the score of 13-7. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This taken in at the goal line. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. So we've reached halftime here in our Thursday Nighter to start the new NFL week. As we send you to Orlando, we'll check in with the coach. Jonathan Coachman has the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. We'll get back to you.
And no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The home team's offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. He'll air it out down the middle. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
This team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll throw out of the gun. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over, and now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
Trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, it's going to set up 4th down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Some extra bulk out there. They're going to roll the dice and go for it on 4th and goal. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. So they decide to go for the touchdown, and Greg, they get rewarded on 4th and goal with the 6 points.
Yeah, I think the safe bet there is you settle for the field goal and you're happy coming off the field with points. But not this play caller. He rolls the dice a little bit, but give credit to the offensive line. They created just enough of a lane for this back to take it in for 6.
That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
He'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down. Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Now a 3rd and 2. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll take this forward only to about the 46-yard line. They'll stick with him again. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Well, after not having much success in the 1st half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. A couple of 3rd down conversions already on this drive. This one tougher. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
They'll turn and hand this one off. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. 3rd and 9. They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
That is caught by the tight end. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 7. They'll empty out the backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And that is knocked away. Incomplete. Nice play defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Here's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll look to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. Here's a 2nd and 9. Handoff here, up the middle, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. Big play coming up. This is third down. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
On fourth down, out comes the punter. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. Taken at the 19. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. The offense trying to extend the lead, but the defense, not only the takeaway, but Greg, the pick 6, and they can tie this thing up.
Yeah, and this game has been in the balance the entire way, and now for this defense to come up with this pick 6, they've got a decision to make now, finding themselves down by 1 here in the second half.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Right back to the air following that pick 6. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he's going to weave his way forward. That's a 1st down at the 44-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. And he will score. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now the pressure shifts to your defense. Your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
extra point attempt to come here. He's got it. And the visitors go up by 7, 28-21. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. To the ground, a first down run. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. And before the snap, we have a whistle. And this could very well be a false start. They'll look to set up the screen here. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in first and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
He'll let one go down the middle.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
He'll try and get there on the ground. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Now a give up the middle, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Throwing now from the gun. He runs with it. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Second and 6 coming up. Now this time they'll look to throw. That's into traffic, but taken in. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here is first and goal. He's going to... And he's in! A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with first down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here comes second down. They'll drop to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. This crowd into it now. It's 3rd and 2. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but no challenge flags in the last 2 minutes from the sideline. All second looks will come from replay, and I think the referee's been buzzed here to get another look at this call, and it is a big one. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. Back to the air one more time. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. They'll look to throw yet again. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. This crowd, they're trying to force a false start. What noise before 3rd and inches. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. Now, this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. They'll look to throw again. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. He'll go right and find his running back. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. They'll run here. First down and more inside the 20. Now this defense will use a 3rd and final timeout. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. So now out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This a potential game winner. This kick is good. And that very likely will be a game winner.
And that's just got to be a great feeling over on that sideline, Mike. I mean, an excellent job by this offense to give yourself a chance to win it. And then this kick. I mean, what's left to be said? It was never in doubt, and it's going to lead this team to a victory.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down. So it's a win for our visitors. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. The kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night.